Y'all might call it prostitution, but it's actually, that's how male and female get down. Even in the Bible, it said that if a man was found marrying a woman that was a virgin, that he was to pay her father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he have humbled her, right? So a man is still what? Paying for a woman's service. The purpose of a woman's vagina is to service the man, not just through pleasure, but because that's the way that the man builds his family, through a woman's vagina, which gives access to a woman's uterus or a womb, so that, his sperm cell can fertilize one of her eggs. She releases an egg once a month. So, that's the purpose of actual marriage. Now, let's talk about what people call marriage contract a little more. What people call a marriage contract, which again I've said is a business contract, I want to talk about it, but just a little bit. Only to say that if men want to continue to deal with the system and let the system tell them what actual marriage is, then they can be my guests. I'm not here to try to convince someone who is convinced to throw their money away by signing a bad business deal. That if that's what you want to do, I can only warn you, listen, dude, that's a bad business deal. First of all, it's not marriage at all. Let's just put that on the table. What you call a marriage contract is not marriage at all. It has nothing to do with marriage at all. Yes, a man is paying a woman for a service, but it has nothing to do with marriage. It's the same as if a man was paying a woman to clean up his house and wash his clothes. Okay? That is a business contract. That's a employer via employee contract. But that has nothing to do with marriage. You see how that still has nothing to do with marriage? A man paying a woman that washes clothes, cook his meals, and clean up his house, but that's not considered his wife or his girl. It's a woman that he's hired for that position. That is a man paying a woman for her service. But it has nothing to do with marriage. So that's my point on the marriage contract, what people call marriage contract. You guys can continue to believe that's marriage if you want to, and continue to sign the bad business deal if you want to, which y'all call marriage contract. But for those people who want to deal in the reality, actual marriage, is happening often. Every time a man and a woman deal with each other for the first time, remember, the first time. The second and third and so forth, those following times is not marriage, is just being active in the marriage that was already started. The first time a man and a woman get together, what we call sexually, that first time is marriage. And the rest of the times after that, the following times after that, if that does even happen, is just being active in the marriage. And let's talk about divorce before I let you go. Divorce. Now, what you guys call divorce is piggy banking off of what you guys call marriage contract, which again is a business. That's why during a so-called divorce, everything is financial, because that's what happens when you're separating a business that you've came together with someone. You're separating. It is financial. The separation is financial. It has nothing to do with marriage. Now, for those who are in the real, with actual marriage and actual marriage and actual divorce is simply just cutting off what marriage was. Marriage being what? A man and a woman coming together, what we call sexually. So when you cut that off, when you stop that from continuing, when you discontinue that service, that is called divorce. In the scriptures, it's called cutting her off from your flesh. Cutting someone off from your flesh, meaning you stop having what we call sex with that person, with that man rather, to be clear, that man and woman. We're only talking about man and woman. That man and that woman that stop having what we call sex with each other, that is divorce. When they stop it, I ain't having sex with you. When they cut it off, that's divorce. What you guys call divorce is a business separating.